Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today I'm going to tick off one of the easiest ones to tick off in my Must Play 4 of Rare Library challenge, and that is Raffine the Scheming Seer. So, Raffine is a Esper, so a white, a blue and a black, legendary Sphinx Demon 1/4 flyer with Ward 1, and whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So this has been seen in, it's popping up in all sorts of decks at the moment. But for me, the sort of beauty of this creature really is that when you play it on turn 3, it's whenever you attack. So if you're attacking with a 2-drop, that trigger will happen. So obviously what we want to do is make sure we have a 2-drop creature at least to be attacking with on turn 2, preferably a turn 1 and 2-drop creature, to try and really get that connives high, because connives is basically going to buff our creatures or allow us to find our land drops if we're missing them. So what I have done as a build round for this is basically stick in creatures that are either very powerful or good in the meta. So for Luminar Aspirants, you can't play a white creature deck without these. I've then gone for 4 Strict Proctors. Strict Proctors there basically as a counter to the Angels deck, which relies heavily on Enter the Battlefield. But it also works against a couple of other things in the meta at the moment, as hopefully I'll be able to display later. But it's sort of some of those cards that it's just like, it's very tricky for the opponent to play around. You know, it always catches people out when you forget that things like Ranger class, you know, you need to pay 2 to get your wolf and things like that. So it's just a great card to get the opponent thinking. 2 Tainted Adversaries, just basically a decent attacker at a 2/3 death touch for 2 with some upside later on. We're then running just the Hopeful Initiate as a 1-drop. I've then got a removal package of March of Otherworldly Light, March of Wretched Sorrow. The reason for the sort of 50-50 split here is that about half the things in the meta are cheap with big toughness, like Angels or like Raffine himself, or some things we want to gain life back, you know, by hitting, such as sort of the Rakdos decks. So I'm thinking here Obnixilis often has low toughness when it first comes in. We want to be able to just ping it for 1 or 2 damage, finish it off and gain some life back, as opposed to paying 4 to try and get rid of an Obnixilis. So that's why we've got kind of that split between the two. On top of Raffine, I'm then running another sort of staple at the moment, which is Graveyard Trespasser. The reason for this is there's still loads of Invoke, Justice, Reanimatory style decks lying around. There's all sorts of uses for Graveyard at the moment. I've seen black-green Reanimators. So basically we need something that lets us not just die to reanimation decks. That's Graveyard Trespasser, 2 Wandering Emperor, 2 Elspeth Resplendent, 2 Kaya the Inexorable. The reason for Kaya really is a bit of extra non-creature based removal on top of Vanishing Verse, but also giving that ghost form counter onto our creatures is really powerful, particularly when paired with Farewell, so we can actually exile all creatures but get ours back to our hand, because we're going to have some big creatures around. They're going to build up quickly with Aspirant and Raffine, and that's the deck. So we've got Planeswalkers that pump creatures, plus low curve creatures, plus some removal. Typically a winning formula, but let's give some games a go and see how we get on. Alright, here we go. Nebuchadnezzar. Yep. Not bad. As long as we get some more colours. Long been an underrated card, Kaya. Hey, that's a pretty sweet start. So we can ditch one of those, and then probably this land. What good hand filtering this is, really. Now we've got a minimum of 3 toughness on our creatures as well. That 1-2-3 curve, if you're on the play, is very, very strong. What have we got going in the bin? Adult Gold Dragon. 2, maybe 3. Then I think we'll just hold this open in case there's a depopulate or something coming to board wipe. I mean, I was tempted to get rid of the gold dragon out of the graveyard because obviously they're putting it there for a reason. But if we hold this open, we also have lethal next turn by putting a 2/2 in their turn, putting a 1/1 on it, and then 1 more damage to Trespasser. Not that I think it's going to come to that. Especially not now. Definitely some kind of, I guess it's like a law hold reanimating deck. Invoke Justice. Alright, GG. That shows how powerful that curve is on the play, I think. But yeah, let's try again. Alright, here we go. Can streak. So, let's see if we can get as nice a curve as last time. Not quite, but 2 lands with an aspirant on the draw is keepable. Slightly expensive hand with these 2. Alright, facing off against aggro by the looks of it. Nice that we have that march, because I can ditch the farewell against aggro fairly acceptably. Unless they're actually stuck on 1 land. No. Nice that they don't have the Spikefield Cave to kill this off. Spikefield Hazard even. Okay, it's red-black, so guessing it's some kind of Obnixilus aggro deck. There he is. The man himself. No. I mean, this is very nice against Obnixilus. That's why we're not running 4 of these, is that this is just good at picking off these little 1 health or 2 health planeswalkers.
My empire crumbles.
I think it's worth the trade for both creatures, to be honest. If they want to do that trade. Or they could just block with the devil, but that's also worth it. Okay, they are taking the trade. Obviously they keep their planeswalker, but we have a way of dealing with that, so in the form of March of Otherworldly Light. I mean, if we draw another land, I'd be tempted to hold out for Kaya, but let's see. They exile a creature. So creatures are 2 damage now. Okay. No.
Pleasure doing business
Okay. So the thing is, putting Raffine in here saves 3 damage because we can block the Gatekeeper, and then gives me a way of attacking back and killing Obnixilus next turn. The other option is we use March, but we then have to exile a white card to finish Obnix. I think we go for this and just hope we can survive a turn. But let's see. If there's a way of buffing this, we're in trouble.
fine.
Don't think we're going to want farewell.
Don't think a fancy dress means I didn't come here to fight. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
It's an interesting deck. If we can just get over this first curve, we'll be fine against it. But so we can kill off Nixilis, which I think is the right thing to do. God, this damage off that is getting painful, isn't it? Maybe I should have exiled this first by pitching Kaya. So we need to discard a non-land to make sure that Obnixilis dies. We'll probably be chump blocking with this. Thing is, we can afford Elspeth next turn, which we can put a lifelink counter on Raffine, so it's actually the best way of us gaining life back if we live. So I think we hold. Obviously I can, in an emergency, cast this, exiling this, but I think we'd rather hold on to Elspeth because it's the way of gaining any life back here. That means they can power up Den, which could be painful. Oh, that is also painful. I mean, we knew we were blocking this anyway, so it's not the biggest surprise in the world. So even if I give this lifelink, it'll be 4, 5 potentially lifelink, take me back up to 8. And yeah, up to 7. It's not going to be enough.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
No, that's not going to do it either.
Point me towards the brave.
So if I don't attack, I just get attacked back. But for 4, 7, this, I can only block 4. 6, I'm still dead. I'm dead. I'm dead if they attack with the land as well, basically. But let's make them do it. They might not see it. Don't know. Be nice if I get another turn to be able to put a vigilance counter on my Raffine, but I don't think I'm going to get there. It's not too tricky for them to work out how to win this.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Huh. I mean, that also works.
Without the sun, I'll light the way.
Okay, that was close. Interesting deck to play against. I'll try again. Alright, here we go again. This is pretty nice, I think. Some removal and then some flying threats. I want to play against a deck where this is really good. Just for the comedy, like against runes or something. I'll say that. I'll get faced against runes and then I'll get crushed. But could be runes. Maybe. Could be angels. It's also pretty good against angels, I think. Because it stops the life gain off of the 3-drop angel. Righteous Valkyrie, that's what it's called. Yeah, something like that. There it is, Righteous Valkyrie. And it's stopping me putting counters on that, it's quite nice. Will I be able to attack? Yeah. We can ditch that one, I think. Have to get him up to 4 toughness. Gonna get multiple options for enter the battlefield payments. See if they want to gain the life. No, they want the counter. I think we'll just get rid of this now. I guess I can attack with both. Get the double connive. I want to keep that. You can ditch that and one land maybe. I know it's after combat, but I only just drawn it, so. Just gotta hope there's no like board wipes in this Angels deck. I think it would be weird for them to have them, but weirder things have happened. Alright. No counters at least. That is definitely a good target for the March. So we can only do it for 4 at the moment, so... Don't really want to be attacking this turn, do I? Because just be giving them life. But I also am not in a position where I, need to block too badly. As in, I shouldn't need to block. Cool sleeves. Good. Getting quite a few lands out of here. Alright. Let's get rid of this if we can. See if there's any counters or anything. Yeah. Thought I might be. Gonna attack with this and hope for a non-land. There we go. They're not going to want us killing off Liesa, and they haven't got enough power to kill Raffine. 8 toughness. It's a big boy. Still, I mean, they can kill it, but they have to, Liesa has to die, which I am not upset with. Yeah, I got to pay 4 for every trigger, I'm afraid. These are nice anti-Angels cards. So we've got 6 toughness, so we can attack with this. Keep this land in our hand for when we next connive. I think 6 is about as many as we ever need in this deck. Don't think we've got anything more expensive than that, and we're not going to be double spelling a whole lot, so interesting. Just for the bigger version of Giada, but if they can pay these correctly, they can actually get 1 counter. Just hassle trying to work out which ones you need to actually pay or not. If nothing else, it's a pain in the ass to play against this card. There we go, they got 1 counter out of it. Can't really attack now, so bit of a standstill. That one was a completely pointless play. I suppose it's for 1/1 counter. Okay, at least we can cycle these. Oh my god. What is with all this land? I guess I might as well keep pumping this 1 creature now. See if I can get to the point where I can attack. So they've got 10 power. So if they can't grow again, in theory I can... What? There's just permanent land. So 10, yeah, can attack. At least it's a big boy now. Worth getting in with. Interesting what they're holding on to. I guess it's land. Same reason as me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so playing the extra land won't help. That's good to know. If I put both on here, they have to block it, or at least do something. Could have the Wandering Emperor in hand, I suppose. Be a bit painful, but not something I can play around forever. Oh yeah. I still can afford it once, which is incredible. Failed to take into account my own strict procs. As I said, these literally will always catch someone out. Who knew it was always going to be me? No counter for you. Oh, well, this would be worrying, because they can take out both aspirants, but the problem is they need to be blocked white. Let's draw on every version of his Giada, I think. That's nice.
I like your way with this, this is your fight.
I guess we'll stick a life link on it. Thing is, they can kill this next time by tapping an angel, so they probably won't block it. But if they do, great. Take the angel down with us. And if they tap both their flyers to kill my aspirants, well, they're open in the air, so. It's always a bit of a blessing and a curse, the whole you can tap to kill something, because you have to take your blockers out, which are normally vigilant. Yeah, fine.
This still isn't as bad as known.
I've had so many lands this game. Put one on that to make it lethal. Guess I can start building one of these up. So those two have to be blocked, which means everything else can attack. Which means lethal. GG. The strict proc that came into its own in that game. Alright, try again. Here we go again. Come on, Glenn. Alright, got 2 Raffines, but that's always alright, because you can always connive one away if you don't need it. Black, white, white, okay. Got our colours. Never going to be upset with drawing more Luminarch aspirants. Especially when the first one gets put in the bin by Glenn. Fucking Glenn. Classic Glenn. Running Jawara Disruption. Why is he exiling as Magma Opus? That's the question. Uh-oh. My mouse has died. Oh, there we go. Sometimes my Razer mouse just like disconnects. It's like sometimes for a long time. It's really frustrating. Apologies, you can hear my dog licking my feet. It's very disturbing sound. haven't got a land, but we'll put this in, I think. Let's put the counter on here. Get another one. Still didn't get a land. Guess we'll ditch this. But we can play a Hopeful Initiate. It's probably going to be some kind of board wipe. Maybe. And it is Jeskai. Okay. Goldspan Dragon, not too upset about. We can get ahead of that very quickly. Nothing in the graveyard we care about for now, so let's just keep putting creatures. So in case we're no, to be fair, they're not going to burn down the house when they've got Goldspan. I guess they might. I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to connive the Aspirant for 3. So basically we want to hold on to this. I want to get one more land. So we'll keep that, maybe ditch that. Ditch that. Which of these do we not want? Maybe this? Don't know really, hard to say. 7 life left, okay. They would have to do something pretty impressive to win this turn, I think. It's probably an Arcane Bombardment deck, I don't know. Maybe should have blocked. Because they got 8, they got 4, they got 10 mana available. Kicked Inscription of Insight. So they can create a XX illusion. That was pretty powerful. Oh shit, I didn't keep my land. Why did I ditch my land? That was very silly. What have I done? Why have I fucked everything? So if I Raffine, attack with all 3, that would block this. This can get +3. I can in theory win, right? +3, so it's a 4. And one of these, both of these will be a 2. Oh no, that puts 6 down. That's 6. I've got 7. So Raffine doesn't win. I might just put this my turn. I don't want to give them another attack with Goldspan, and it doesn't get tapped again otherwise. Get rid of that. Put this and a swing with that, I think. Don't know. I've made some quite a few misplays here. I mean, I've got to say, I did not see that coming. Hinata, that's why they're running this. Got quite a few targets. And that's why they've also got the Magma Opus going. Okay. Please give me a land. I could throw one away, but I've only had 5 and 17 cards. It's not that many. No. Okay. So, you can give this first strike and then grow it with Aspirant. That'll force them to block. So what I should probably do is grow it twice, make it lethal. Yeah. Okay. Basically, the thing that will get me here, if anything, is a spell that can kill one of my Aspirants.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Oh, I was wondering why. I've misplayed again. I was wondering why I couldn't exile this, but it's because spells cost me 1 more to target his stuff. I mean, if I lose this, it's well-deserved loss. Okay. Problem is, I'm assuming there's a Magma Opus on the cards or something like that, because we've only seen 1 go into the bin, and they're 20 cards in, so they could have another one. Okay. But they're not sticking, so Surely this is game over. Okay, they are sticking on counters.
I won't let a few thugs threaten us. We're safe now.
Let's use a trespasser. At least then we don't have to attack to win. Oh yeah, we do, because that ability gets counted. Oh my god, one more misplay for the road. Well, now I can attack for the win.
Retreat isn't
Oh no, they gain 1 life. Let's just get rid of this. Jesus Christ. Still attack for the win now because it's 2. If I win this, this is purely on the power level of my cards and nothing else. My god. There you go. A lesson on how not to play the deck, but still to win. Okay, next game. Not an ideal hand, but I think it has to be a keep really. Whole suite of tap plans. And the slow curve. Well, at least I've got no non-creature, non-lands for that. Main deck duress. That's what you get. Don't do it. Don't do it, boys and girls. Don't do it. If only I could get this down before this. No blood token. I guess all these tap lands are a bit of a concern in terms of curving on the draw. Lovely.
I'm gonna remake this town.
Lovely, not lovely. Just have to spend a couple of turns dealing with this shit.
So chaos. My goons will make quick work of you.
So this can get up to 3 toughness, it's just not enough to attack, so we'll wait. Okay. I think Raffine scared them off. Alright, next one. Squee the goblin. This tap land situation again. But it's on the draw. It's 2. It'll do. Come on. Your decisions are not endless at this point. I think it's fair to say. There's only so much you can do with 1 red land. Well done. Press the button. I feel like that emoji is like a troll. Like your internet must be breaking. I don't know. Okay, let's quick get mouse soon. Oh my goodness, this tap land situation. It's vicious. At least this could be nice to sort that out. So we'll have 2 next time, so even if he attaches that, we'll take 4. A bit of life gain against red is always nice. Yuck. Well, I think I would block either here. So probably no attacks. So, do we care about playing this? It's going to come in realistically. Raiju, maybe. Storm Seeker, maybe. No, we don't care. We'd rather hold and then cast this on whatever madness tries to get equipped onto whatever here. Hopefully we'll get some insight into what their deck's doing with these discards. If any are made. Okay, Urabrask. Yeah, that's some nice juicy Kaya target. And then, yeah, there's going to be some instants and sorceries floating around if they're running that. At the moment we're not giving them any real targets, so... Okay, Ognus the Dragon's Lash. So this is when a creature you control with haste attacks. Okay. I think we just get rid of this as the most potentially dangerous thing around. Don't think there's any way of bringing anything back, but you never know. So the adversary is a nice copy target for this. That can't be copied, it's legendary. Yeah. I'm feeling relatively good about things, but I don't really like playing against decks where I can't predict what they're going to do. Stop fingering my trespasser. Get off. Willing to erupt him. Ditching a Storm Seeker for that. Okay. Guess they can get him for 5, but okay. Get him for 8. You can give that a haste and create another one of those. Just cost yourself more treasure to do the same thing. I suppose that is valid. I mean, you've managed to tap an extra thing and do 1 less damage. No blocks for now. Okay, that's quite interesting. So, they've obviously got enough treasure to power up the den for life. Playing Kaya in Exile is just going to get Kaya dead. I think for now we'll probably play this and this. These are pretty decent blockers. That's not really doing anything. I guess I could attack. It'd only be if I needed it as a chump, which hopefully I won't. It's a free block. I'm tapped out. So we can block relatively profitably here. Hopefully with the view of putting Kaya down next turn, start making some headway. The problem is there's probably a big explosion at the end of all this treasure. The what's the big thing that does 10 damage to face? That spell where you need like 12 mana including creatures or something like that. Ouch. So we can block that and that. So we're letting through 6. Getting a bit dangerous, especially since we know they're playing Royal Eruption. Quite like this deck. I might have to have a go at mono red myself. Okay. So that's pretty nice. I think I would love to attack to get the Raffine trigger, but I think it's just a hang back job. Yeah, not casting anything makes that much more painful because they can actually get two of them, can't they? This could be game over. They got auto-tapped. Oh man, you hate to see it, but if that had a tap with the treasure, it was game over, for sure. Please just attack with the one thing, that would be so nice. Okay. Okay, so the obvious is to exile the trampling damaging thing.
I am almost set.
Then we can make a good block here. Let this 3 through. Kill this as well. Maybe like this. Obviously if they've got like a play with fire we're still dead, but the other option is we trade something for this and we die to another face spell anyway. Okay, just another Ognis. So I think we want a 2-2 with this, don't we? No point trying to... I think we want to do this. So I can only cast Kaya or Luminarch, sadly. So what are we exiling with Kaya? Because the Kiki Jiki basically is any copy of the strongest thing. Can't cast 2 spells, so I can't flip the Slasher back, so the Slasher is probably the thing to exile, as it gives trample. Ognis can't be copied, so they can copy a Den. The problem with Den is it represents 4 creatures. I think we just about survived if they don't top pick anything. But my calculation could be wrong. So they copy a Den. We can let through one of the one. Oh, well now we don't survive. Now we just die on the spot if they copy the Raiju. Yeah. GG. Good, interesting deck to play against. Good fun. I'd like to try and build that myself, I think. Try again.